Alright guys, so today we're going to be watching a low gold tracer player that's now in diamond, or I guess it was high gold at this point. And so the quality's not going to be the best in full screen just because it's 720, but we'll try it. If it's too bad, I'll go back to full, or I'll minimize it and go back to smaller screen, whatever. So this is already the start of the first round. So they already won the first round, so it's only gonna be like 2 rounds. I think they lose this one and then win the next one. So we're gonna analyze this one and see what they could have done better in this game. This is good too because this game gets pretty toxic too. So we'll see. Let's see.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
All right. So good. I do like coming this way. I do like, and I like the flank back here because you get to kind of scout. Now, yeah, this is good. So before though, like you see how you kind of already. So right at the start, I would be turning this corner to look and see what they have right here instead of just kind of hiding out, because now you don't really know what they have and you don't know where to position yourself at. So right away, try and get information. Right away at the start of the game, always try to get information as Tracer, so you know what to attack right away. And so good. First thing you see is a Brigitte and you just shoot her in the back. That's good. That's fine.
That's my girlfriend. Just kidding. I like boys.
Now right here, your team isn't initiating, so you might want to be trying to figure out what to attack. So good. You're on the D.Va. She's one. Nice.
Her tits are bigger than her head.
Nice. I don't see, and your team's being really toxic, and it's probably hard to focus too. So you have to kind of cut that out sometimes.
Sorry, Maddie. I have to say it.
Good. So that's actually really good right there. You want to always, as Tracer, you always want to be targeting what your team's targeting the best, because you're probably one of your main damage dealers, because I don't know what else you have, a Lucio, a Reinhardt, I don't know what else you have for damage, but you have a Widow, so you're definitely going to be your main damage dealer on the team, so that's good. So you really need to be targeting whatever your team's targeting, and like since you have a Widow this game, you probably don't want to flank too much, just because you're not going to have that consistent damage. Oh, and you have a McCree, never mind. That's right, it's gold, you have triple DPS, makes sense, makes sense. So whatever the McCree hits, you want to be finishing right away. Good, good. So right here, you gotta get out of this fight. Your team's already lost. Let's go back and watch that one more time. Let's actually watch it. So good. D.Va's dead. You wasted. You used recall. It's fine.
Sorry, Maddie. I have to say it.
You pick the. And now you gotta realize like you're the last one on point. And so like right here, I'm knowing that my recall is on cooldown. I would be either going like this way over here or trying to get back through here, but this way's probably a better way, and because you don't want to die, so you can keep building your ultimate. And then it's like after they lose you, and then usually what happens is Tracer, let me restart this. Usually what happens is Tracer is if you lose line of sight with enemies, then they usually will just like stop focusing you, because they just like will keep in mind that you're behind them, but they won't actually come for you. So like right here, if you blink this way, then you probably will stay alive, and then they'll just kind of forget you're over here. And then there's a Mega too. Not bad though. your toxic team. Of course you have a Widowmaker. Oof. That's a fat oof. Alright. So good. So your team's already kind of in. And so, let me see. Alright, not bad. So good. So right there, you did save some brilliant blinks and before you got into the point, because I see a lot of Tracers, what they do is they use like all their blinks before they even get back. And so if you do play Tracer, and you like always make sure when you get into the fight you have all 3 of your blinks. So like right here, I wouldn't use any more blinks. I would just go into the fight. You don't even really need to anyways. So, and I'm okay with this because you need to start trying to get like a quick flank to try and kill like a McCree or something. I just wish I knew what they had as a team comp, but I can't see it. So you probably didn't need to use recall there, because you probably could have got that health back behind you anyways. Let's see. Yeah, so there's that small health back behind you anyways. And see how you're not really shooting, you're not really doing any damage. And so right there, like right now you're just shooting a Reinhardt that's probably you're never gonna really kill anyways. And your team's already killed 2 of them, so it would have been a lot better if you were helping your team on those 2 targets. And your McCree's dead to their McCree, so good switch on to the McCree. You should have been doing this earlier. Nice pulse bomb actually. Did you blink and then? Not bad. It's a good stick. That's way harder to do than we'll go over how to stick pulse bombs easier too later. Not bad though. That's a big pulse bomb stick. You guys won the fight. Good job so far. This is a good spot. I do like this spot. You kind of wait for them to push in. You can blink behind them. Another thing is Tracer. Don't be ever scared. Don't be ever scared to like blink. So if like say like, you know, let me get the right color. Say like this is. Let me go to a blackboard. All right. So say this is the enemy team, right? Here, let me go back. Let me so say this is the enemy team right here. Okay, and they're all like bunched up like this. Okay, and this is your team kind of. Okay, and your Tracer. Say this is you. Don't be ever scared to like just blink like this through them, because and then you can get behind them, because then they will hardly ever even like turn around to see you do that, and then like it'll kind of put them in a weird position where if these people turn around to focus you, your team will kind of kill them. So like if you blink through people, it's really broken. All right, let's go back. All right. All right, let's try that. This one. So, and right here, see, one of your things right now is you don't scout very much. You don't really see what they have. Like, I would have probably hit the touchpad too or whatever to see what team comp they have, to see if they switched. Because I still don't know, are your team comp or their team comp? Because you've never hit the button. There it is, there it is. Maybe you have, I just haven't seen it. I actually might be brain dead. Let's see. Let's see. So, they have, see, I don't think, what I think you were looking at is your gold medals and not your team comp or their team comp. So, you guys have a solo healing Lucio, which is really interesting because you're not going to get hardly healed at all, so you really have to play around health packs. You do have a lot of damage with the new sim and everything in May, so that's actually not too bad. And they have Brigitte. They're running a dive tank with Brigitte, so they don't. So you can easily probably kill Moria, even though Moria is tougher to kill as Tracer. But and they have also a McCree that's in silver, so I would body that guy because he's their lowest rank too. So and then so the Tracer, so the Reinhardt and McCree are going to be easy targets for you. And then like whenever the Moria is getting focused, or whenever your team's focusing more, you can easily kill her. And then you want to be watching out for whenever Winston dives in, because if you after Winston uses his jump, he's a really easy target to kill. So this is good. So they see again. Oh gosh, it already happened again where they walked right through and you didn't even see him walk by. So a better spot would be to be like kind of peeking the door a little bit, because then if they come in here anyways, you can just blink out this way or blink out the other way, and so you kind of miss opportunity to get some damage off. And so your team's already taking damage when you didn't even know they were there. So you gotta keep scouting. All right, and so right here, this is one of my bad things I do as Tracer, and I've really learned this is how I after I stopped doing this thing, it really helped me rank up. And so right here, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to teach yourself because it's such a bad habit. So right here, if they're not going to turn around, especially at lower ranks, and even like GM top 500, people don't turn around. You'd be surprised. So if they don't turn around, there's no need to blink. And so right here, they don't turn around. There's no need to blink. I know the more it fades, just turn and look. You don't need to blink right here. You don't even need to blink right there. So there you blinked again, and you just wasted all your blinks for when they literally just turned around. So the second they turned around, all your blinks were already gone. Look, and then your blinks are gone. And then you also wasted recall. So like right there, if you just would have maybe waited a little bit longer, you would have used one blink. You could have been able to fight in this mega in here. You would have been able to fight in the mega in here, or just go like all the way around the building and go back to your team and retreat to your team. So just try and just wait until they turn around and then blink. All right. Let's see. So good. So that's a not bad blink. You're blinking through people. And now that's another thing to do. Okay. So when you blink, don't blink until after you reload. So like, and now blink or whatever. So you blink as you're reloading. See that? And so right now you can't even shoot your gun, and this Brigitte could have stunned you. Any higher rank Brigitte, you're dead right here. You're just lucky, but good kill. You did get the pick on the Moira, so good job. Good job. And then Brigitte's a bot, so you get away. And now here your team's dead, so you better but start looking to retreat here. Let's see. Right now you're just literally feeding support ults for no reason. And then, all right. So now your team's getting back.
Does she have like Down syndrome or something?
Your team's still not back. You're being toxic. So you see the McCree. So this is good scouting. So now the only thing is you don't want to be playing behind your Rein shield because you only have. God, that was the worst error of my life. So you don't need to be playing behind the, there we go. You don't need to be playing behind the Rein shield because you only have 150 HP and like a fire strike will get you down to like 50 health. Instead, like you want to be going for like really quick small flanks. And so if you would have retreated in the fight before really quick to get health and then came back, you would have been like over here somewhere, able to like push back like right here behind him, and then so you would have made the McCree either turn around to kill you or fight this way to shoot your Rein. So it would have been put you in a better spot. But let's see. To get like easy damage off. You want to be taking quick easy flanks as Tracer. That's a good blink right there. But see, like right there, you would have been behind on their McCree with no Rein shield, because right now, so since you followed your team in like with behind the Rein shield, now you only can shoot their Rein shield. Better, hey, and good target priority there. That was good there. After the Rein got charged, you should be focusing on that target. And you see he's one. Oof, oof. Snipes, what are you doing, Snipes? Look, his health is 1 HP. Right there, you should just blink in and kill him real quick. And you kind of forget about he's 1 HP. That would have been an easy kill. Good kill, good pulse bomb again though. That's 2 picks. Good, focus. I would be shooting the McCree. So, one other thing you should always be looking to do is in a game is always be looking to kill the target that's easiest to kill for whatever character you're playing. So like since you're Tracer, it's probably a lot easier to kill a McCree than it is another Tracer, or it'd take less time anyways. And so if you see that McCree, go for him because he's already won and your team's focusing him. And like Winston Primal Raging is probably not the easiest target for you to kill at this moment with Tracer. There's probably an easier one, unless everyone else is dead. But I think there's a Moria. So like I would have been killing the Moria before, and then she would have probably already been dead, and then you could have killed the Winston after he was done ulting. But you guys are still doing good. You're still popping off 26 and 4.
No, just say it. Just say it.
And I think there was a couple times in that Winston fight too. You didn't need to blink at all because like there's no way he's killing you. Good way to dodge that. Yeah, he fed and you punished him. Good. And now good. Now you shoot the Winston because he's getting targeted. Good, you could pulse bomb him. Right there, you probably want to pulse bomb him. There you go, nice. You did. A little bit too late though. A good Winston gets out of that. You gotta be looking, guys. You just. What a bot! What a bot!
I'm at 60 health.
That was good. That was better target priority, but be a little bit more like you probably wanted to pulse bomb him, but you just waited a second too long.
Goblin has a small dead.
I'll go over how to.
60 IQ,
You'll see, yeah, we'll go over that in a second.
Like,
Snipes is being toxic. So there's no need to be toxic here, Snipes. I'm just kidding. Alright. So now you're looking for your target. See how your team's already engaging? And so why are you being toxic? What you could have been doing. Let's go back to that. That's a great example of what being toxic does to people. So now that you're only worried about being toxic, you're up here with your team for no reason, where you could have been like back in this little area back here, in like this little like back here, you know, like back here, or you could have been like behind here waiting for them to push again. And so instead you choose being toxic over your positioning for the next fight. And so now what this is gonna do is whenever they push in, you're not gonna be in position to kill anything. So they already pushed, you're not shooting anything, your team's engaging. Now you target the Brigitte. Interesting. So you did bait out her stun. You should have died there again. She should have instant killed you. Your team's already dead again, so probably get out of this fight like right away. And it's hard to focus though. And let's see if you over blink there in that fight against this Brigitte. So let's see. So you don't need to blink. You just wasted all 3 of your blinks for no reason when you weren't attacking anything. And so now when you see Brigitte, you have 1 blink. She stuns you. You should be dead here. You get really lucky. She's a bot. You have your recall and you have a 1 blink. And so always after you use your recall. So if you use all your resources, here's your blinks, right? Let me make this bigger because I know it's really blurry. Here's all your blinks, okay? If you use all these, so if you use, hang on, I got this. If you use all these, okay, and you only have 1 left, and you don't even have your recall, the best thing to do is always retreat to your team or your Rein shield. So like instantly, right when that happens after your recall, I always just turn around, boom, to my Rein shield and get behind my Reinhardt, because you get healing that way, and you let your recall build back up, and your blink. So because without your abilities as Tracer, you're basically just dead every time. But see, since your team isn't there, there's nothing to retreat to, so you go back to your spawn and wait for your team to regroup. And instead you're gonna die here because you literally have no abilities and you can't do anything about it. So instead of 5 deaths, you would have 4 deaths, and if you didn't overblink those other times, you probably would have had like 2 deaths. And you would have solo carried. You literally would solo carry this game, even though you already did. But you probably wouldn't have lost this round. So now so your team's already in fighting, so they trickled in without you because you died too late in the fight, and so instead you would have been there with your team, and you probably would have won this fight. So since you weren't there, your team ended up losing the fight, and you guys, if you were there, you might have won it, and I don't know, you've been close. And you focus. This is fine. You're focusing that, but again, here's the example of what not to do on Tracer before you get into the point. I can't tell that the quality's so bad. I can't tell if you had to do this. I can't tell what the percent was at. I don't think you did though, because I didn't see an overtime bar. So see your blinks. Your blinks are already so you could have waited easily. You could have waited like right here for your blinks to go back up. Instead, you use all your blinks before you get in the fight, and so now you're just dead again. It's actually crazy they don't kill you yet. These guys are just really bad. You should have been dead a long time ago with no blinks, but they don't know how to focus targets properly. And so if you're on this red team right now, guys, always be looking to take out the DPS first in a trickle situation, because if they don't have any damage, there's no way any of you guys can die. The DPS are always a lot like the best, even over healers most of the time, is kill the DPS when they're trickling back on, like 2 CP or anything. Otherwise they'll just keep trickling in and out, because they'll kill one of you guys and you guys won't have enough damage to kill any of them. And that's how they reverse fights. Not bad so far. Over blinking, wasting your blinks and positioning and scouting. Main 3 things. Aim's not too bad. You can one clip things. Alright. Let's see your team comp, Sombra, or I mean Moria, Mei, and Lucio. McCree. You guys do have a Rein shield, so you can, after every time you use your recall, fall back to your Rein shield. And it's actually a really strong play too to fall back to, because even when you get behind your Rein shield, even if you have no abilities, you can still just do like crazy damage and not even worry about dying. But you probably will be shooting a Rein shield, but that's okay, because usually if you flank, so usually, let me go over this one more time too. This is what I've learned as Tracer. So usually, let's say this is their team again. Okay, let's say this is their team, okay, and this is like their Rein shield, like right there, and they're all behind it. Okay, so at the start of every game, if you go for something like this, so here's your team too, okay, and here's your Rein shield, because everyone plays Rein Zarya now. There's your supports or whatever, and so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So if you go, at the start of the round, since you're faster than everybody, if you go for a quick flank and like try and that's a bad flank. Don't go for a flank right after Reinhardt. So if you go for a flank like around really quick around here, and you start shooting their supports, so say this, you kill support, and you have to use a recall, so you blink over here, you shoot them, you blink over here, you shoot them, and then you have to use a recall, and say you end up like right here. Well, you can just use like 2 blinks back, and you're already at your Rein shield, and then let me switch colors, and then you can just sit behind your Rein shield and then just spray damage down the whole time until you get your blinks back. And then that's basically, if you just keep doing that over and over again, you'll win a lot more fights, because you just put out more damage, and you really never do that. That's why Tracer can never really die. Now with Brigitte in the game, that's why Brigitte and Hanzo and stuff are so annoying, because they can just kill you when you dive their backline. So it's a lot, you have to be more safe. Nice. So let's go back to this positioning too. So on the last point, it was good to go around, but here it's probably better to go around left side. So to get that quick flank on the supports, the best play spot to do that is to go up on top of those stairs, where those stairs are, like over here, and then come back down, and then you're like behind their Zins and their Morias, and you can just easily one clip them. And if they turn around, then they're not healing their team. So that's actually doing your job. If you get 3 people to focus you and you don't die, you did your job, because then it's a 3v6 or 3v5 for your team. But this is an interesting position. I've never seen Tracers use this, so because right now your whole team's in a fight again. I mean, so it's up to your team versus their team, because both Tracers are out of the fight. So instead, like, I don't like, especially at lower ranks, I don't like giving it up to my team to win the fight. I like being the decision maker. And so if you kill this Tracer, it's good, but you guys could still lose the fight. And see how you're blinking in the walls a lot and stuff? We're going to give you a drill, like a technique you can do to, some way to practice that. Nice kill on that. Good. But you remember, you want to be always trying to blink when she's going to shoot at you. So right here, right when she shoots at you, and usually whatever Tracer has the most abilities up is gonna win. So like since you have no abilities, you should be dead here. And so right when she shoots at you, blink. Better. And it's better just to wait. Like don't even start shooting your gun until after she starts. So like right when she shoots, I can't speak. Right when she shoots at you, you blink instantly, like over here, and then you start shooting at her. Just save your bullets until she starts shooting at you. Let her shoot first, and then you control the fight that way. So like right here, don't shoot at her. And then, see how you wasted that blink again? There's no reason to use that because she already tracked you and she almost died because of it. She's just not very good. Yeah, I like the teabag, the tactical crouch. These guys are really toxic.
Wait, who was the one that was like trying to
Alright, so your team, I don't know if they won the fight or not. But now you can come back and help, so now you guys should win the fight. And now you're worrying about what they're saying, so now it's going to affect your gameplay.
If you think that they
So right there, go for that Moria right there. There's no reason to be shooting this main Ice Block. Good, you switched. And blink in there. See how you're just... So right now you're too worried about what they're saying. And so you're not really worried about your gameplay.
I'm not in
And so, yeah. Always make sure you fight in the punch melee range. Or like a blink range. It's like 5 meters away. Or 7 meters away it is, I think. Always fight pretty close. Nice pick. Even being toxic still frags out.
Wait, who was the one? No, who was the one that tried to fight?
Well, if you're talking about the one that sounds like...
So right here, like right here, see, so trying to worry about the scouting and positioning, play up. I like to play like whenever the fight's over. I like to there's like a pole right here. So see that pole like by this door. There's this big pole right here, and you can hide on like either on this side or over here. On this side's a little bit better because they never look this way. This side they can come out this door right here and then like see you like right there. So I always usually hide right there, because especially when I pulse bomb too, because you can usually get a pulse bomb from behind them, and then after you pulse bomb, you can always just blink back into your team again, like we talked about. All right, let's try it. Let's see what you do. So like see like right here, see where this our little hole is kind of, you can kind of hide in this Tracer. Good kill on, good focus, there you go. That's a good focuser, that's who your team is targeting. Kill them more. And see how, so right here you can kind of tell your sensitivity's too fast. So like right here, so, oh gosh, why does it always do that? And so see how it goes left and right over the target, you can't really track. Let me go one more time. It's like see how you can't really, like it's left and right over it. I'll show you how to find your sensitivity. So, all right, that's gonna happen sometimes. Always make sure if your pulse bomb is stuck to something and then you recall, you'll never die to it. Now if you recall before it sticks, you'll always die to it. Unlucky though. This guy's not even playing the game. Nice. All right. So again, I'd be pushing top left to get behind him a little bit, and you get that up here on the high ground where you can kind of scout and then like blink over like McCree's and stuff. All right, interesting. All right.
What is silver?
Hang on, let me go back. I gotta show you guys this one. You guys ready? Look how look at this toxicity. Puts the spray down. You ready?
What is silver, Elam?
What is silver elims when you have gold? Oh my gosh, toxicity. So yeah, so instead though, if you were up here, you would have been able to flank that more in one clipper probably. But not bad. Still doing good damage. Let me turn it down again. So again, you're shooting a Primal Raging Monkey for no reason though. Like, your target priority should have been the healers. Especially since, like, see, and the thing is, as Tracer too, you want to be constantly like switching targets to see which target's the lowest to kill. And so like try and like, so it's like you're shooting something, and if like you start shooting it for like over 2 seconds, then try and switch targets. So like count to 2, boom, 1, 2. You see his health bar. Try and shoot something else because he's not gonna die because your team's not there anyways. And so again, so right there after your recall, you should have got back to your team or found a health back or something like that. So the only time you really die is when you go in when your team's all dead. And really all you can do is retreat to your team a little bit earlier and help them out. And see, now your team's already pushed in with you not there because you died too late and where you should have just been back. So see, this spot's not very good because you can't scout. You don't want to, especially playing a dived hero, you don't want to dive in blind. You always want to dive in a target like in your head. So like if you were to go up top, if you were to go, so hang on, I gotta draw. So if you were to go up top and you come like up top this way again, you know where like all their enemies are. And so then you're like, all right, here's the Moria, here's the McCree, and here's that. You get that in your head, and you can be like, all right, here's the Moria. I kill her. I turn around. I know the McCree's right there. And then you like have a lot more scouting and information, and you can call it out for your team too if you want. Now, I don't usually call it out just because I don't like talking in voice chat. But like now, see how like you have no idea what any of the enemies are. So like there could be a Brigitte right here and like a McCree, and then you'd be like in really big trouble. And, like they kind of are. They're kind of behind them, but see, you don't really know where anything's coming at you at. So you already have to use recall, and so at this point you should be getting out of the fight, not blinking in. Let's see. Good, you get out. And you should be going all the way back up. And they can kind of just keep you down here so you can't do any damage either, because they can just kind of like trap you down there. But good blink. You do blink in their team. I like it. And I like playing this spot a lot because you can fall back. There's a bunch of health packs. You can fall back up here to get a health pack, which isn't the best. There's one in that little room right here. There's one in that doorway, and there's that big one back here by their spawn. I kind of just play around this area a lot and shoot him in the back. So if you were to stand like after you kill this Junkrat, if you do kill him, you could just like stand like right here. Here's you. Okay, you could just stand like right here with your guns. Here's one gun, here's the other gun, and you could just mow them all down, and they couldn't even shoot you. And if they do, you just fall back to your team and you win basically the game. Or you can fall back this way and get a health pack. But falling back to your team means you do more damage because you always will be in the fight getting healed too. Let's see what you do. So you recall, and then you're here. Good. This is a good spot. And see how you blinked. See how you blinked into that wall again. I'll show you how to. We'll work on that. Yeah, we'll work on that. So now be focusing that more. Probably Winston right here. Good. It's more using her ult. Good. He's one. Everyone's focusing him. That's good. Brigitte now. Good. Good. Huge stick. That's actually a huge stick. And let's see if you before you pulse bomb, you should always be looking to blink and then pulse bomb because it makes it like 10 times easier to land a pulse bomb. So you blink, you wait, and then you pulse bomb. And we're going for the Reinhardt, I think, and then you suck the Moira on accident, which doesn't matter because the Moira is retarded and she killed her whole team, so feels good. Now right here, right when their team's dead, you should be pushing up to try and get behind them, like where that little spot is I showed before. You should be trying to get there right now. And so right now you're behind your Rein shield, not doing anything, not getting any scouting information, don't know what's coming. And so right there, see like right now, I would be behind him waiting, I'd be behind him waiting, and then right when their tanks push in so they can't turn around anymore. So here, so like say their tanks are over here. So right after their tanks push in, their Moira would be like back here somewhere, and I would be sitting like right here. I would just be able to shoot her and kill her real quick, and then all her tanks would be pushed in, then I'd just be able to shoot her tanks in the back, and they would not be able to get healed at all because their support's already dead. So you should be looking to do more stuff like that constantly. Always trying to be getting something done at all times. Even if you're not in the fight, you can always be trying to position yourself better. Like this is good, but now if you were hiding like right here, and so like there's no really reason to shoot those tanks because they're not gonna die anyways because Mori's just pissing all over them. And so right here, like, well actually that was good. If he's one, you kill him obviously. That's nice. And your team does dive in, so that's good. So you can't shoot him a little bit, and then you hide, so you kill both of them. Now you can really stay in there. So that's good. So after, yeah, nice. You got out of the fight a little bit. You used your recall, so you have to be a little careful, and you are. Playing out of Brigitte's range. That's good. You actually did good there, but you could have been in a better spot right there. Good. Good, nice. And then you focus her. Nice. Focus Winston. That was better target priority there. Always remember, always kill the thing that's the easiest to kill at that time. So a Moira without her fade, it's pretty freaking easy. A Moira who uses her death ball instead of her healing ball, easy target to kill. Winston Primal Rage, not easy. And try and look for the Junkrat tire. At higher ranks, people always try and look for it right when they hear it, just because it's pretty easy to kill actually. Be surprised. Nice punch. I like the blink punch. Huge pulse bomb again. That was a lot better. See what you did there? You need to do that like every time you pulse bomb. It's just blink pulse bomb. That's a lot better. And you can even do it better. Like you press the pulse bomb button and blink at the same time.
You're all one shot.
So you kind of wasted that blink. You didn't really need the blink there. Or for the second one anyways. That's just small things. And so analyzing a game that you won isn't as good as watching but a couple more, or let's see the end and then let's see, I gotta get this set up. I'll show you how to find the right sensitivities for you. Let's see this play. It's gonna be that Moria pulse bomb, I guarantee it. It
I'd
is.
rather not
Wait.
talk about it than this guy's not gonna believe me, but whatever.
This is a nice pulse bomb.
The problem with you.
Burst sensitivity is a little too fast, even though you probably don't like to admit it.
Seems pretty chill.
Alright, so let me go back to this. 28 ejector kills, pretty good. Alright. Let me switch this. Alright. So let me move this back. Let me get my headset on. Alright. Alright, give me 1 second. So now, so to find the right sensitivity, what you really want to do. Okay, hang on. Alright. So we'll go over a couple of things. Alright, hang on. Oh no, my. Why are you kidding me? Oh, I don't even need that right now. Alright. So look. So, to find your. Alright, I don't know why I'm shooting this. But to find the perfect sensitivity for you, let me turn down the game of all a little bit. Test. Hello. I don't know if you can hear the game volume. Oh, there it is. Alright. That's good enough. Alright, so watch. So you want to come over to these bots, and you so the first thing you can try and do is just track them with just standing still. Okay. So you just stand right on this corner, like right here, and you just can try and track their heads. And like really slowly and keep tracking. Just like do one at a time. So like I'm tracking it the whole time. I'm tracking it, and then you don't even really need to shoot him either. Just keep tracking it and see if you can track it the whole time, like this. So it stops, goes back. Track this one. See, I can track it the whole time. If your aim looks like this, where you're like, it's like jerky. It's like boom, you jerk to it a lot. It's probably too fast for you. So if you're like this, trying to track it is too fast. Now if you're like this, and you're like trying to drag it behind it because you can't keep up with it, it's too slow. So and then after you can do this a couple times, you can just start trying to shoot them. So like, I'll let it come back out. So when it comes, I track it, I keep it on it. And then you can start trying to switch targets too. So let me let them respawn. I'll show you the switch targets too. Alright, so I'm here. I'm tracking, and I switch targets to that one. And then I switch targets to that one. I switch to that one. I switch to this one. And go. And then it's like, if you do that, that's how you find your perfect sensitivity. And then now when you pulse bomb stuff too. Okay, so when you pulse bomb, you always want to blink and then pulse bomb. And the thing is too, is you don't always need to recall after you pulse bomb. So you can just be like this, you can just blink in and then blink out. That was really pathetic actually. Don't take it like that. Let me show you this one. I'm rusty. Hang on. And you want to always be trying to crouch spam too as a tracer. So here we go. And you always want to be playing in the punch melee range, so if you get a target to one, you get a target one. You can just be like you can just be here and then just blink punch like this kind of, and then they're dead every time. And so if you blink pulse bomb though, it makes it a lot easier to stick targets. And there's a game mode too you can do on that. All right. Now and then the one more thing. All right, so let me show you how to like what I was talking about earlier too. So I know it's gonna be a long video. It's okay. So say my team's like right here. Okay. So if my team's like sitting right here shooting these bots, I want to find a quick flank like this always around the team, and then like say this bot's their support bot, or we'll say that bot's their support. So if I take a quick flank, I'm behind their support. This bot's dead, their support's already dead, and I'm already behind their team. And then like, say I'm battling somebody, their whole team turns around, I have 3 of them distracting, I'm distracting like 3 of them, I blink, I recall, and then I can just blink out and get to my team right here, and then I'm safe. And then their support's dead, I'm not dead, and then when I get my abilities back, I can just start shooting behind my Rhine shield here, and then whenever I go back in, I can go in, and then they're dead. That makes sense. Alright. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and the other thing. Hang on, let me go to this now. Okay. Here's another good practice technique you can do. So if you guys blink into, if you're a tracer and you blink into walls a lot and you constantly find yourself like getting caught because of your movement and stuff. Let me I don't even know what this is. That's nothing. Let me just go to a skirmish. you know what, this is fine. Let me go to a map like, you can just on any map, it doesn't really matter. But if you do it like on all the maps, it probably would help you out more. Oh, come on. This is a game mode we were doing to practice aiming. Hang on. Alright. So I like King's Row for this one just because it has a lot of tight corners. This is probably one of the best ways to practice this too. Just your movement and stuff. Alright. So if I'm Tracer, all you want to do is when you go, you want to blink and then turn and then around the corner. So like I say, if I'm this wall, I want to blink and face this way and like turn in 180 turns. Boom. So like that. And then it's like every door, you just want to boom. Boom. Every doorway, just turn. Like this one's good too, so you can just be like, boom, turn. And so instead of being like a lot of people are like, if they're fighting in this, they're like blinking into the wall right there. Instead I'm boom, and I'm turning. Like kind of like that. And then turning. And say like, oh yeah, so. You just keep like, if you just go around maps like this, and even if like, when you're not even in a custom game, or just any map, you can just like, in any off time, so say you guys are coming back to the, so this game just started, you're in a competitive game on King's Row, just always, every game, just be like, just trying to pick it up and just get used to doing that a lot, where you're just getting those 90-degree turns. I know it's harder on console because you can't turn as fast, and so, but once you get it down, it's pretty easy. Alright. And then, that's about it. Always, and then another movement thing is you can just boom, boom, or like blink behind them, shoot them until they turn around, boom, behind, and that's pretty good too. It's like I don't know. That's good enough. That's good enough for this video. All right. But before I end it, I wanna show one more thing. So here's my notes I have for Tracer, and so these are the things you really want to keep in the back of your mind. So yeah, Tracer, you always want to go for never dying over kills. That's one of the big things. And so another thing is blink around cover. So like, let me show you that real quick. Hang on. So like, if you blink around cover, so say their team's pushing in and you're there on attack. So if I'm here, this is better. Junkertown's a really good map for this. So if they're here, so like say they're pushing in like right here, I'll always blink like back here, around here. And then if they come for me, I'll blink around this. And then they'll kind of forget about me for a second, and then I can blink back around, and then they'll be there. Instead of just blinking like here, and like coming back like this. If you blink, or if they're like, say this, you obviously don't want to sit up here, but if they're like coming like right here, you can just like blink over here behind it, and kind of sit like right here, separate their team, and then come back, kind of come behind, and then just like keep always losing sight lines of your enemy. That'll be another point in a second. All right. So don't go in without recall. You did that a couple times, and that's why you died. Making them lose line of sight. So basically, that's what the same thing as this top one. Blink around cover. Play with your team. You can see that's capitalized because I don't usually do that. I'm always flanking or trying to do something, and so if you play around your team, you'll you do that actually a lot better than I probably used to. Is just because I would always just try and kill their supports, but you need to learn how to flank more and get scouting. So and react to the enemy team. Don't just dive. So like if they have a Winston, let him dive in first on your supports, then kill him, then go dive their enemy team. And then the next one is just do your job. So like don't try and do too much. I don't even think I am on it. All right, I'm doing good. So do your job. So like if you kill like 2 supports, don't think you have to keep going in without your abilities. Let your abilities come back on cooldown or get off a cooldown and then go back in. Don't try and do too much. I do that at lower ranks. Don't challenge everyone. So like if you see like a Hanzo, you don't have to try and kill him the whole game. Or like a McCree, like you don't like just get in your head who you're gonna target the whole game, and then target those like 3 targets, and then help your team finish the rest of them. And then you need your team, so like this one and play with your team are like the same thing, because I'm a very solo player Tracer. So and then when you get targeted, fall back to your team. So like, and then like especially at higher ranks, because like at higher ranks, the second they start looking at you, you're gonna die right away. All right, and then the next one is don't over blink. So like that's just use it like only blink when they're looking at you, kind of. And then And then while you're reloading, that's the last. That's a good one. That's a good point. I forgot about that one. So while you're reloading, too, you can get good at this. So like as you're shooting a target, as you reload, which I can't reload because I have infinity ammo. But if once I act like I'm reloading, I look around, see what they have, and then I start shooting again. It's kind of like that. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I'll see you guys later. If you guys ever want to send me a VOD, I will be looking at VOD. So like if you guys send me a VOD, I will review it, and I'll put if you want to send me one, I'll just like put a comment down, and I will send you my email or something, okay? Or just post it on YouTube and then just tell me and I'll look at it. All right, see you guys later.